Not letting anybody ride the fence.
Okay.
Were you more impressed by Lamar yesterday, or were you more entertained by Lamar?
Impressed. Certainly impressed. I don't see how you weren't impressed. He went on the road and beat a Seattle team that we were talking about as a Super Bowl contender before he did his thing. And
why were you not entertained?
You said don't get on the fence. Hey, I'm not on the fence, but I can see right there between this thin veil that I'm impressed and entertained. But I start and lead with impressed. I've noticed that the criticism, the naysayers, those who struggle to really accept Lamar Jackson always talk about it's not sustainable. He's going to get hurt. And I love how people always want to predict things. And worse than that is they like to predict things that ain't going to happen. Remember Y2K? You remember 1999 sitting there getting your phone calls? Hey, what you going to do with your computer? What you going to do? What you mean? I'm going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be life. They are predicting something that is not going to happen. I will say this and say this again. There is hell to pay for anyone who crosses those white lines. And if you're a quarterback, whether you're in the pocket or out the pocket, there is more hell to pay for you at that position as well. So let's stop with the whole predictor of when this is going to come to an end, because last time that I checked, the guy's a winner and he's carrying this team.
I was entertained because he impressed me last year. And to sit back and watch, and this was the first time I had a chance to watch Lamar in detail, and I was in awe. Like, I'm looking at the game like, man, this is what it really looks like. And
watching Mike Vick in the prime, it was
just watching the defense that couldn't contain him, couldn't do anything. I was frustrated for the. That's what I was
killer.
I was frustrated for the Seattle Seahawks defense yesterday because, look, you know, I'm watching the game as a fan, so I root for both sides. And you know, you got 3rd and 10, and they're man-to-man coverage, and they turn it back, and Lamar's looking to pass first, to his credit, and then it's a scene that opens up, and he takes off, and I'm like, that's what I used to do. The league is in trouble for a long time. You're going to have to deal with this guy. He's not going anywhere. I was so entertained yesterday. I want to see him again next week and want to see him continue this trend because he's amazing, and he's going to be hard to stop for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I was more impressed yesterday because of the way he handled himself with there was a play where he was looking to get the snap, and the center wouldn't snap it, and he got mad or whatever, and he kind of patted him on the head a little bit, and that impressed me a little bit because this guy, because I've been entertained. I mean, he's entertaining anyway, but I was impressed that he's starting to take onus and starting to take ownership of that team. But at the same time, it's like I know I'm going to be that guy, but if you keep running, because then he started saying, okay, the play's breaking down. He put that team on his back and said, I'm just going to take off every time. You could tell he's dropping back, and for whatever reason, he's taking off right away. And I don't know if I like that too much because I don't know how the longevity of that. It's like the movie Major League. Remember that movie Major League?
Yeah,
Snipes and Charlie Sheen. Yeah. And Willie Mays Hayes is out there and trying out, and he does one of those Willie Mays hats, and the guy that comes off, and the coach looks at him and says, "Nice freaking catch. Don't ever freaking do it again, though." And I think it's like one of those things where you look at him, it's so impressive. And it's entertaining, but at the same time, you're like, man, I hope he can learn how to control himself because Robert Griffin III, I just always think about that. What if something happens to this kid? Doesn't mean you cannot take away, but I also like Cam Newton, like let him be him. Let him go out there and play his game and ride it until the wheels fall off, and hopefully it lasts for a long time. Yeah.
Well, Cam Newton is the guy I was going to go to. And if you remember Cam during his MVP years and early on, that's what this reminded me of, just because I do feel like Lamar at some point yesterday said, damn, I do have Superman's cape on, and I'm about to carry this whole deal. And he did it. And it was like, oh, my God, it was incredible. I was more entertained than impressed because at the end of the day, he made a couple of throws, one on the run early in the game where he hit the dude 50 yards downfield. And I was like, damn, this dude can really throw the ball. And so, but that's why I'm scared because, like, if Cam couldn't do it for a decade, how can this guy? He doesn't have Cam's body. And then late in the game, there was a play in the final 90 seconds of the game. He ran the ball again, and I thought it was greedy. And I was scared, like, he's fallen in love with this. I've seen RG3 fall in love with it. I saw Cam fall in love with it. I saw Kaepernick fall in love with it. And it's hard to sustain.
It is sustainable if it's designed, if it's something that is a part of your philosophy. Not all the time that you rush are you going to take hell in those tackles. Sometimes you can run out of bounds. Sometimes you can just slide. We saw that happen yesterday. Let's not forget the numbers that against Miami week 1, he only ran 3 times. And he lit them up with his arm. They're playing basketball. Oh, you want to step off me? Yeah. You want to come up here? Going around you. That's what they do. They had other games. KC, only 8 attempts. Cleveland, 9 attempts. He's a hybrid. He is Colin Kaepernick, he's Cam Newton, and he's Russell Wilson with a granddaddy named Mike Vick. This is a modern family new player that is now saying, I'm going to be the result and take the positive attributes of all of those. He was 2 for 3 on deep balls for 83 yards. I'm telling you, he literally has the support of a system that says whatever they give us, we're going to exploit. Simple as that. And it could be Miami, you only getting 3 of these rushes. Or it could be yesterday when you see he will just run around you all day. That's what their design is.
This is the thing with the running ability. When you're in your first, second, and third year, you almost feel like a running back. You're so excited and into the game that these hits don't hurt. You bounce off of them, you get back up. You know, you're showing the team your bravado. And that's what you are bred to do. But, you know, over time, like you were saying with RG3 and Cam Newton, you know, when it's designed, most of my runs came from me dropping back the pass, looking downfield, and, you know, nobody's open or a crease opens up or, you know, somebody missed a block. You know, so it wasn't a design run. You know, Cam was the first guy to be in that design run system and warm down. RG3 came in that design run system, wore down. Russell was doing it a little bit, and then they backed off. He became more of a passer. Yeah. So I think the evolution of him becoming the pocket passer, it probably won't happen, but it has to be more pass-heavy down the road as he grows older.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.